everybody. I am Stef, I'm the guitar player for Voltstorm, and under request I decided to take you through briefly what I do live for the solo of The Game, which is one of my favourite songs in Voltstorm's debut album. So the main solo section is usually always based around A minor to G major to F major to E major again. So classic sad minor progression. So the first thing I do usually is, the thing with this solo is that because the chord progression stays the same throughout, what I tend to do is find new ways of accentuate some notes. So the first thing I do is I tap the harmonics of the chords. So everything from here, which is something that Steve Morse or Ed Van Halen, I've stolen from them big time. So what I do is usually this figure. So it's just simply tapping the 4 chords with a relative octave, obviously up the neck. And after this figure, usually I move into a section that's kind of improvised all the time. I tend to go a bit pentatonic, a bit minor here. Sometimes I do stuff like this. I always try to land on the note that is responding to the chords. Obviously, if you keep yourself in A minor, you want to land obviously one of the at least one of the 3 main notes that compose the chord. So you're going to have, you know, A, your C, and your E as a triad. Then obviously to start with, and then you want to land, possibly ends on the E, so that big. I always try to end here. Then the other thing I tend to do after that is a little run, because what I need to do is get to an arpeggio section, and so I want to make sure that when I get to the arpeggio section I'm ready for what I'm going to do. And so usually I can stay here. Then what happens is the other prepared part of the solo, because obviously, as you can see, there's quite a fair amount of improvisation. I tend to, I just do like different shapes of arpeggios going up and down the neck with different octaves. So I'll start with A minor here. This is in G. So this is like arpeggios again on A minor, G major, F major, E major, but because before I've done the tapping descending down the neck, now what I try to do is bring it more up here. So I start here on the 7th fret, and I always end up with this position. So the actual arpeggio shapes are this. So A minor, then I basically take this and I go up an octave and I do again the A minor arpeggio. Then I do a G major arpeggio here. Then back here, like classic, this is the classic shape of the triad of F major. And then back down to E major. There's a little bit of Blackmore, a little bit of Paul Gilbert, how they approach the arpeggios and stuff. And then comes the quite classic tapping part, which is simply, again, it's based just on the notes of the triad, the A, G, F, E. So what I'm adding here is obviously like, so I'm doing root, third, fifth, and then I'm adding this little guy here, which is obviously the sixth, just to give it a bit more of a different flavor this time. So I do a classic tapping shape, which is the Eddie Van Halen shape. So it's I try to change it again. I don't want to go down, because otherwise I think the solo will lose momentum, and you need to be here. This should be apex of the whole solo. So you end up doing the last two triads in here. Sorry, my mistake. For the final part of the solo, I always try to give it a bit more of a classic rock feel. So basically I've done loads of stuff, and so at this point I just want to kind of relax and just like leash out a bit. So I always try to hit this classic. So then obviously the song goes down, and live what we tend to do is maybe I do something high up here. Maybe a little bit Malmsteen if you want. But I like also using the vibrato down there, because I think it really fits that part of the song. I hope this helps if you ever want to study like a little bit of the song. I really recommend you to listen to the album, the Voltstorm debut. So listen to the game, and yeah, that's it.